What's going on, guys? It's Deathmark here. Today I'm going to be talking about some rather interesting things concerning this and possibly next season of Fortnite Battle Royale Chapter 3. Now, as you guys know, we're currently in Chapter 3 Season 4. It's just started earlier on this week, and we found out some rather interesting things, possibly some of which are returning, some of which are going to make their debut in Fortnite. So I'm going to go across what we found out according to Hypex, who is a credible Fortnite leaker, and Data Miners. So basically what we found out are the following. So Fortnite are working on a reboot rally event with free cosmetics codenamed Rusty Raider. Now this is like a Renegade Raider variant skin, or maybe something different. So this looks rather interesting there, guys. I want to know what your guys' thoughts are there. Let me know in the comments. Now apparently, rumour has it, Batman's mythics have also been updated, as well as Wolverine's mythic has been added back into the game. Now, for those who were OG fans back in Chapter 1, Season... Now, was it in Season 9 or Season 10? I believe it was Season 10, or Season X, as it was known. The Batarangs that Batman used to use in Gotham City, they've been brought back into the game, as well as his grapple gun. So that's going to be really interesting there. Wolverine's mythic ability, which is basically those fork-like prong mythics that he uses, those are going to also be added back into the game at some point, possibly this season or next season. The Molten Raider's Revenge pickaxe. Now this is the pickaxe that that new Renegade Raider type skin is going to be using. That's going to be interesting. One of the guided missiles files has been also added back into the game, and we've seen it 2 days ago in that Pro art apparently. Now if you've paid attention recently to the rather interesting leaked art for this season that we're currently in, there was actually a mention of the guided missile, which I think was featured on one of the background images, so that's really interesting there. So that at some point could be coming back later on this season. Stuff that has been added back today, not in game yet, but what is happening is Luke Skywalker's lightsabers from his from the movie, which I believe, if I'm not mistaken, is called. It'll come to me in a second, but I'll annotate it on screen when I think of it. I've also got the guided missile coming back, Batman's mythics, Wolverine's mythics, Kingsman's mythics, which I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I think Kingsman's mythic is the redeploy. No, hang on. No, it wasn't. It was the umbrella. So the Kingsman umbrella, that could potentially be coming back as well. So that's going to be really exciting. The grapple glove boxes have been removed, which means the item is most likely vaulted as well. The weapon that we saw during one of the trailers is called the Unstable Liquid Gun, and it releases later this season. Now, I'm sure if you guys remember during the, I think it was the cinematic trailer that we got, you actually see, I think this is Paradigm, shooting this liquid type weapon, which is somewhat kind of similar to the weapon that the aliens used back in the last chapter. So that's really interesting there, back in Chapter 2, Season 8. Now it looks like we're going to get this kind of weapon, which is actually reminisces the Splatoon 3 game, which is recently dropped on the Nintendo Switch. So we could potentially have a Nintendo type of collaborations very soon, from what we understand. Epic were also working on a hill scrambling mechanic. Now we don't exactly know what this mechanic could possibly be, but hill scrambling, possibly somewhat climbing up hills, from what we understand. But we'll have to wait and see what's going to be happening there. Apparently there's an upcoming goofball vehicle, but no idea what it looks like or what it is though. So goofball, what could that mean? Let me know in the comments box down below if anyone has any ideas. Updated vehicles for the Chrome effect include planes, which are leaked to return, helicopters, cars, and ballers. So that's going to be interesting to see those kinds of variants of transport in the map. Epic are also working on a throwable launch pad, most likely for Zero build. And no, it's not the Cypher PK variant. Now, for those who wanted to know, obviously with normal launch pads you do actually require to have a minimum of either 10 wood, brick or metal. But in Zero build, obviously it's not possible to build. So basically what they're working on is a throwable launch pad, which you'll most likely see If you think about when you're throwing consumables from person to person, it's most likely going to work the same way. So that's going to be really interesting. Or if you think about how you deploy porta-forts, for example, they're probably going to do the exact same sort of mechanic for a throwable launch pad. So that's going to be really interesting. Upcoming NPCs include Duke and Witch. I've no idea who those individuals are at the present moment in time. Upcoming nature elements like fire, for example, including electricity, which affects metal, and ice. So that's interesting there. You'll be able to give hired NPC these orders. So back to me, revive me, dismiss, hold position, and move. Now, if you think about when you hire NPCs, normally in-game, there are no instructions of what you want them to do. They just go off at their own pace and decide what they want to do themselves. But apparently at some point, maybe this season, we will be able to give hired NPCs certain orders or instructions to follow to make sure that obviously they don't ruin your game. So that could be interesting there. Apparently, I've actually just noticed this. Fortnite recreated the birth scene from The Lion King. Now, I'm pretty sure if everyone's watched the animated version of The Lion King, where I forget the name of the monkey in the actual film, but when he holds up Simba out into the air over the side of a cliff, when Savannah, Saba. That was really terrible. But anyway, if you think about the most recent Battle Pass skin, which I think his name is Grizz, and I've never learned what I don't think the small bird's got a name. I'll have to double check on that. But they actually recreated that same scene from The Lion King. So potential Lion King collaboration? Again, let me know in the comments box down below. That could be really interesting. Cypher PK's Trap Tower exotic item is in creative and it will be in a skin cup, which is currently live at this present moment in time, at the time of recording this video. The OG Loot Lake House has returned. Now, if you remember Loot Lake House, which was actually got destroyed by Kevin the Cube back in Chapter 1, that's actually now made its return officially into Fortnite, smack dab in the middle of Loot Lake. Now, of course, Loot Lake has returned, and the OG house, as we all knew it and loved, is now back in the game officially. And directly, more or less above it, is a rift, which is currently above the 0 point. Now, we believe at this present moment in time, at this time of this video, it could potentially be referencing the red cube that was once under the Chapter 2 map, and we believe at this present moment in time it could come through this rift, but we'll have to wait and see. Now, some people have actually managed to work out a rather interesting hack. Now, I don't know if this is deliberate on Fortnite's part, or whether it's accidentally put in the game and maybe at some point later removed, but we'll have to wait and see. But if you get yourself let's say a a Chrome Splash, for example, and you throw it at a random object, let's say a tree, for example, as you guys are currently seeing in this video. Now, if you actually pickaxe at this chrome tree after hitting it, you actually get more Chrome Splashes in return. Fun fact, if you actually use a repair torch and do the exact same thing as you guys are seeing in this video, so hit a non-chromified object with a Chrome Splash, then actually pickaxe it, or use a repair torch, you actually get Chrome Splashes in return for free. So that's really interesting there, guys. I want to know what you guys' thoughts of that rather interesting little idea. Let me know in the comments box down below. The chrome will spread to big areas of the map as the season progresses. The trailer shows a chromed Greasy, but the chrome is obviously still far away at the moment. Now, I think this actually came from I think this actually came from Cypher PK's trailer that he put out. It actually shows that this chrome tornado actually is currently next to Greasy Grove. Now, that's what it shows us in the image. Obviously, of course, the chrome tornado is still at the sanctuary. So that's really interesting there. So at some point we're expecting to see that tornado move. Evo Chrome Shotgun and Evo Chrome Burst Rifle now spawn in floor loot as well. So that's interesting to know. Is there much more I need to tell you guys about? Huge congratulations for Cypher PK to get his skin in game. So congrats to him. Fortnite updated planes and helicopters for this season's Chrome effect, as aforementioned earlier. This might be the first season ever to have both the helicopters and planes in at the same time. I'd love to see Air Royale return. Again, I want to know what you guys thoughts of that in the comments. Fortnite are working on rideable flying animals. You'll be able to boost an idol, and it's most likely what a subtle Kepler looking item is for. That's interesting. Remember the meta sound half AI generated sound from the Season 3 downtime? Looks like Epic will implement it in-game as a test in the near future for these items, which is huge. Campfire, skydiving, NPC music, and gunfire. Not quite sure how that's going to work, but that's interesting. Epic has added some Star Wars challenges that give 30k XP each for this season, and accolades. They also added A New Hope and Return of the Jedi lightsabers for Luke Skywalker, so he's most likely releasing this season. Now, apparently during one of the trailers, in the background, I think it was behind the scientist while he was looking into his microscope, in the background there were 3 blue chambers, one of which I believe was a banana. There was something else, I can't exactly remember what it was, and in the middle one was apparently a rather interesting skin. Now, we believe at this present moment in time, on top of this, there was a somewhat related to, so it was a llama, Luke Skywalker, and a banana in the 3 blue chambers directly behind when the scientist gets covered by the chrome. So that's really interesting there, guys. Again, want to know what you guys' thoughts are. Boogie Bumps will be vaulted next update. Fair enough. Apparently the Tonight Show is coming to Fortnite. Thanks Sentinel Central for pointing this out. So let's take a look at this rather interesting clip with Jimmy Fallon.
Wednesday night, something very exciting is going down. We're taking the Tonight Show into Fortnite. Ooh. That's right. We've teamed up with Samsung to do this. It's called Tonight at the Rock, powered by Samsung Galaxy. It's a gaming experience you can play in Fortnite. We recreated everything. Rockefeller Center, the 30 Rock building, our offices, every little detail of the studio. It's like you're right here. And the attention to detail is pretty mind-blowing. You can explore around. There's all these mini games you can play, games we play on The Tonight Show, and games that we made just for Fortnite with Samsung Galaxy Power Boost. It's really cool. We're very excited about that. So call all your friends around the world and start playing. Tune into the show Wednesday night, and thank you to Fortnite. Wednesday.
So I want to know your guys' thoughts of that. So basically what this Jimmy Fallon is saying is that The Tonight Show are actually collaborating with Samsung to bring a somewhat related to Jimmy Fallon's Tonight Show into Fortnite. So I want to know your guys' thoughts of that. Again, let me know in the comments. Fortnite apparently collaborating with the World Cup, which I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I think starts in November. And they're adding Battle Royale challenges that grant 26,000 XP each for this season, and no idea when they'll be releasing at this present moment in time, but noticed by Wensowing, I hope I'm pronouncing his name right, Wensowing from Slovenia, who's actually mentioned, let me find that tweet, here we go. In 22.00, a challenge reward 26,000 XP was added for the event named World Cup. He assumes this is related to the FIFA 2022 World Cup, as it happens during Season 4 and Fortnite has done several football-related collabs. Yes, they have, I agree to that. So, as you guys can see, template ID, account resource, Athena, seasonal XP, challenge reward, event, World Cup. Now, apparently, according to, as he actually went on to say, there will likely not be creative challenges, which is fair enough. IPEX apparently found out through a source that it's probably not a normal football soccer event and not related to FIFA or the World Cup at all, but we'll have to wait and see, guys. This would be very interesting between Fortnite and the Qatar World Cup there. Fortnite Battle Royale's 5th birthday starts on September the 23rd, so in 2 days' time, and ends on September the 27th. Balloons and presents will both be unvaulted, so that's going to be really interesting there, guys. If anyone else managed to spot anything I haven't, let me know in the comments box down below. I'll keep you guys updated here on the channel. If you're not the channel, please hit the subscribe button. Don't forget the notification bell so I see more videos. Don't forget to use my super pick in the item shop, DeathMonk992, and it's on screen right now in the description. Until the next episode, peace out.